evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Since it is okay, tech- so um, okay. Good evening, everyone. In tonight's presentation, we are going to talk about the simple past tense in English, but describing historical events. This presentation is brought to you by Daniela del Pilar Soler Reina, Ingrid Bustamante Luna, Omar Eduardo Herrera Barrera, and Susan Nailet Rodriguez Cuevas. The next slide, please, in the presentation. Okay, here. So before addressing the topics of this presentation, we are going to start with a warm-up activity by answering the following questions. What do you see? Is this all or modern? Who are these people? So for the first image, what do you see here in the first event? Someone who wants to participate? Anyone? Okay, someone could tell if this is modern or old, or who are these people? Okay, right. So, to give you some context in the first image here and the first event, um, this is the Vietnam War. Um, it was around 1955 to 1975, was a conflict between communist North Vietnam, backed by the Soviet Union and China, and anti-communist South Vietnam, supported mainly by the United States. It began after Vietnam was divided following the end of French colonial rule, with the North aiming to reunify the country under communism. The war involved intense fighting and guerrilla tactics by the Viet Cong, and it became highly controversial, especially in the US. In 1975, the North captured Saigon, ending the war and unifying Vietnam under a communist government. So for the second event, someone could could tell us what is happening here, or who are these people, or someone can indicate what happened? Yeah, of course. In the first event, here someone uh, write down in the chat. But this is the first event. For the second event, I don't know if you can see flag, the United Kingdom flag, and farther than the flag, there is a lake and some people there. But someone can could tell us, I don't know, some what is happening here, or what do you think is happening here in the second event? Okay, well, this second event is the Australian colonization. Began in 1788 when the British Empire established a penal colony at Port Jackson, now Sydney. The British claimed the land under terra nullius, disregarding the indigenous people who had lived there for thousands of years. Settlement expanded, indigenous communities faced displacement, violence, and cultural disruption. Over time, multiple colonies formed and eventually united in, excuse me, over time, multiple colonies formed and eventually united in 91, 01, or I don't know can I tell? 1901 in that year as the Commonwealth of Australia. So it was a colonialist, but most of the people were prisoners, and then they're colonized over time and create this country we all know to these days. So for the third event, I don't know if someone could recall this event, or could imagine what is happening here, um, or what people see here. Okay. Well, for the third image, the event that is happening is the fall of Roman Empire. It's a complicated and extended topic since it was gradual process caused by a mix of internal weaknesses and external pressures, political instability, economic decline, and weakening military made the empire vulnerable, while repeated invasions by groups like the Visigoths and Vandals further destabilize it. The decision by Diocletian to divide the empire into east and west weakened the western half, which ultimately collapsed in 476 after Anno Domini. When Odo said, disposed the last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, while the Eastern Byzantine Empire survived for centuries longer. And now, in the next section, we're talking about just a single event in the history. So please, the classmate Ingrid, could you hold me there for the next slide? Right. Thank you. So, um, now in this section, we are going to discuss a historical event that might be familiar to you. That's right. We'll be talking about the Industrial Revolution. But instead of giving a historical overview from the beginning with a progressive narrative of events, we will approach it by analyzing different relevant aspects. So, from starters, the Industrial Revolution spans from late 1800th century to 19th century. This period is characterized by the increase in the number of factories, the exodus of the rural population to the cities, and the extreme poverty that many people suffer. So when you see this first picture and these kids, um, what do you think about this photo? Do you think what they are doing is safe? Someone who would like to participate? Well, I don't know if someone could tell us something. Uh, but in this case, during this period, many of these factories took advantage of the situation and the almost complete absence of labor and child protection regulations. Excuse me. Many industrialists discovered that children could be cheap labor to their families, precarious circumstances. Moreover, they could work inside machines and in confined spaces. Now, regarding the second image, what can you see from it? In this case, is a bit ambiguous, but someone could tell at least what is happening or what is the most important aspect in the second image. Well, industrialization contributed to mass production of a varied selection of goods and merchandises in a significantly shorter period of time. So this form of production is still applied today. As you can see, there are produce factory fabrics, excuse me, in a more larger scale rather than one just single person. The image is a bit little. I don't know. It's a bit small. I don't know if you can see all the details, but some women are working while this here in the front of the image is working and the superior or the manager, what I could guess, is um, is reviewing his job. Okay, so for the third image, is a bit obvious, but what's the first word that came to you or to your mind when you saw it? It's a photo. You can see it's a smoke, but uh, since here there was a problem. What is the problem you can see here? Well, in this case, as expected, the environmental consequences were clearly predictable with our current knowledge on the subject. However, this problem was completely ignored at the time. And even today, many governments are still grappling with this aftermath of the early stages of the Industrial Revolution. Um, this is some trivia or some information I could give you. But during the 1950s, there was a massive smoke column that covered many sites or many locations in London, and literally the air was heavy polluted and no one can even go outside because they get ill very quickly because of it. So thanks in some way for this problem, happening this problem, many regulations, environmental regulations were taken to control this production, and the factories and the enterprises became more aware of the environmental impact they are given to the other people, to the ordinary people, and the most important, the environment itself. So regarding the last image, is this happening today, or at least someone could tell if is this photo recent or in the past? Well, this photo is more recent compared to the others. As you can see, the Industrial Revolution has transformed the way the world works today, and our lifestyles are evolving in many ways compared to just 30 years ago. However, some repercussions of this revolution is still linger. Fortunately, people are becoming more aware of these issues, and businesses and governments are taking greater responsibility. And so this is it. And this is the brief reflection I from my part I could give in this happening during the industrial revolution and the aftermath. And they were mostly good or bad depending on the person you ask, but it transformed the way we live now. So for the next part, I am going to give the space for my classmate Daniela. So for the next slide, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Today we will learn about an important moment in history called the Industrial Revolution. Okay, long ago, people made many things by hand. For example, people made clothes, dolls, food production, and home. This work was slow. Later, people invent machines. Machines help people make products faster. Today, we will watch a short animated video about the Industrial Revolution. While you watch, think about this question. Where did the Industrial Revolution start? What machines help factories? And how did people love shop? Okay, the video, please.
Disculpen, no se escucha.
It's good you can hear?
Quest.
Yes, we can
Yes.
hear.
Okay.
Once upon a time, the
Excuse me. The audio cut off. I was
Uh,
silenced. Yes.
made things
Now?
by hand or with simple tools. Children used to help on farms and in small family businesses. Spinning wheels and hand looms were replaced by powerful machines. Steam engines became the engines of progress. Coal and iron were super important fuels and materials. People started moving from the countryside to the cities for work. Crowded cities grew quickly and became industrial hubs. Trains and railroads made it easier to travel and move goods. Machines made things faster, cheaper, and in much larger amounts. Inventions like the cotton gin sped up the production of cloth. Textile factories were among the first big industries. Some kids worked in factories, often for long hours and little pay. Laws were eventually made to protect kids and workers. Steam-powered ships changed the way people traveled overseas. The telegraph allowed people to send messages quickly over long distances. Life became faster and more connected than ever before. Great inventors like James Watt and George Stephenson changed history. Everyday items became more available to more people. New jobs were created in engineering, factory work, and transport. Dirty air and crowded housing became big problems in some cities. Public health and sanitation slowly improved over time. Child labor reforms helped children get more time to learn and play. Education became more important and more available to kids. The printing press made books and newspapers easier to get. New machines helped grow and harvest food much faster. The Industrial Revolution began in Britain around the 1700s. Other countries, like the United States, soon joined the industrial wave. Steam trains connected towns and cities like never before. Factories often had strict rules and long workdays. Women began to work outside the home in growing numbers. Electricity later replaced steam as a power source. Telephones and radios made it easier to communicate. Famous inventors like Thomas Edison changed the world with light bulbs. Street lights and powered homes made nights brighter and safer. Lots of people worked together to build amazing new cities. Skyscrapers and bridges rose with the help of strong new materials. The industrial age brought both progress and challenges. Some people became very rich, while others stayed poor. Unions helped workers fight for better pay and conditions. Machines didn't get tired like humans, but they needed people to run them. Technology kept growing and changing everything. The rise of cars and buses made travel easier for families. Assembly lines made products faster than ever before. Famous companies like Ford revolutionized how cars were made. Tractors and harvesters made farming more efficient. Coal miners worked hard to dig the fuel powering machines. School became a regular part of life for most children. Libraries opened up new worlds through books and knowledge. Factories began using cleaner energy like water and wind. People started talking about how to protect the environment. The industrial world needed inventors, dreamers, and thinkers. Canals and waterways helped transport goods before trains. Working children often didn't get to go to school. Machines could sometimes be dangerous to operate. Art and literature began to explore life in industrial cities. Trains made it possible to take vacations far from home. The Industrial Revolution changed how people lived and worked forever. Many families lived in small apartments near noisy factories. City life brought new opportunities, but also new challenges. Eventually, people demanded cleaner streets and better homes. Better roads and vehicles made travel smoother and faster. Water wheels powered early mills before steam took over. Inventors kept improving machines to do more complicated tasks. Postal services improved with better transportation. New laws helped make workplaces safer and fairer. The second phase of the revolution brought electricity and chemicals. Farming machines helped feed growing populations in cities. Machines made tools, clothes, and furniture more affordable. Kids today learn about the Industrial Revolution in school. World fairs showed off new inventions to people everywhere. Life before the Industrial Revolution was mostly rural and slow. Engineers became heroes who built railways and factories. Museums now preserve machines and inventions from that era. It all started with curiosity, invention, and a spark of genius. The story of the Industrial Revolution is full of wonder. Not everything was perfect, but it changed the world. Changes spread across the globe, affected every continent. Technology from that time still shapes our lives today. Every button, light switch, and car has roots in that era. Science and industry teamed up to build our modern world. Inventors imagined things that had never existed before. Factories became symbols of human progress and potential. Children's rights grew stronger thanks to social reformers. Machines didn't take away jobs, they created new ones. Kids learned new skills in the industrial age. People had to adapt quickly to all the changes. Doctors learned how to treat more diseases in growing cities. Airplanes arrived toward the end of the industrial era. The past helps us understand the amazing present. Stay curious and keep learning fun facts. See you next time, Big Questions Quest.
Okay, right now, let's talk about the video. The Industrial Revolution started in United Kingdom. During this time, people invent machines like the steam engines. The machines help factories produce many products faster than before. Because of factories, many people move from villages to cities to find work. This historical event changed how people worked and lived. Okay, question. Mm, can can someone help me be answering? Um, Someone? Where did the Industrial Revolution start?
It started in the United Kingdom.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Did people make products by hand before machines?
Yes, people made products by hand.
Correct. And what machines have power factories?
The steam engine.
Yes. Where did many people move to find jobs?
People moved the cities.
Yes. Okay, and did machines make production faster or slower?
The machines made the work faster.
It's correct. Thank you. Uh, Today, we learned that the Industrial Revolution was a bit change, machines, factories, and new technology changed the way people work and live. Thank you very much. Next.
Okay, now we will play something. You have to tell me uh, if the people make something or not. So what do you think? Did people work in factories? Yes or not?
Yes.
Right. And did children go to school or work?
Work?
Yes, yes. And did people work at night?
Yes.
Yes, the people work at night and also at day, work every day. Next slide, please. Next, please. Okay, here we have to choose. What do you think? In the first image, you see children work, and also in the other, you see people working like in a office. So, what do you think? The people work in factories or office? Maybe Karen Alejandra Farfan. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think?
I think
The people
I
work
don't
in
know how to
factories
answer.
or office?
In factories.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. In the other image, what do you think? The people live in the city or the village?
Um, Either in the city and the village.
Yes, they move for the village, for the city, for work better. Thank you. And next slide, please. Okay, here. And they work it with machines or with computers? Maybe Viviana Alejandra Bedoya. Can you hear me? Machines, that's right. Thank you in the chat. And also in the last, what do you think? The people work more or rest more? Do you think the people go to sleep more or they work more?
Work more?
Yes, that's right. Thank you. And the next slide? Yes. Thank you in the chat. Next, please. Okay. Here I have two questions for you. Uh, Easy. What did people do at that time? Someone can answer? In this industrial revolution, what people do?
Work?
Yes, they work it. And what did people use for work? The hands, the body. What do you think? What did people use? Hands, yes, and also they use something important. That is, what do you think?
Machine.
Yes, that's right. They work with machines. Okay, thank you. Next slide.
Okay. Cordial greeting. My name is Ingrid Bustamante Luna. Now we are going to do a short activity about the industrial revolution. I am going to ask you some questions and you will give your opinion. And before we start, I have technical problem with my camera, so you cannot see me, but I am here with you. I can hear you and talk to you. Please, I would like you participation and turn on your microphone. Don't worry about mistake. Okay, let's start. Question one. What was factory life like during the Industrial Revolution? Would anyone like to answer this question and give their opinion?
For me, the factory life was harsh.
Yes, very good. Okay. Question two. Was life easy or difficult? Why? Another person, please. Can you hear me? Karen, could you hear me as well?
Okay. Was life easy or difficult? Why? Um, I think it was very difficult because it was a new technology, so they used to work like with his hands and things like that, and then they need
Yes.
to I don't know how to say it, learn about the machines and that things, and I think it's difficult for because of that.
Very good. Okay, question 3. Did children work during the Industrial Revolution? Do you think it was good or bad? Jamie, could you hear me as well? No? Okay, I will answer. Yes, children working during the Industrial Revolution, they working in factories, mines, and farms. Some children work up to 11 or 14 hours a day. They working because their family need money. And I think it was bad because they were very young and working in dangerous conditions. Okay, question 4. Why was life difficult during the Industrial Revolution? What would like to answer?
Like, what's difficult because people work extremely long hours in dangerous conditions for very long pay. Additionally, cities were overcrowded and unsanitary, which led to the rapid spread of diseases.
Yes, very good. And next, please. Okay, thank you so much for participation. Great job, everyone.
Well, thank you everyone for your participation here. Hope you learn something new about this historical event. We appreciate your participation. Thank you so much.